Happy spring, everyone. We're back with the Q&A with Jana Dottie, your mortgage agent for life. Today we're going to be discussing what you will need to qualify for a mortgage and for your pre-approval process, what documents and what income is required for us to obtain that approval for you to go out and shop for a home. So there are various different types of documentation that will be required dependent on the profession that you're in. So just to keep it within the box and not to get over convoluted with the amount of items that you will need, I will minimize the documents based on certain job criterias. So if you're straight salary, that is an easy documentation to bring in. We need to know what your straight salary income is. Job letter and a current pay stub will work. If you're on a salary plus commission basis and you've been in your employment place for 2 years, then you can bring in 2 years T4s along with your job employment letter and your pay stub. The reason for this is if you've been at the employer for 2 years, we can actually utilize some of that bonus that you've been receiving, or if it's an incentive program or a commission, if you're on salary plus commission, salary plus bonus, we can take an average of 2 years. If you've just been in the position for 1 year, then we would just use your straight salary. So all you would need at that time is your job letter and your pay stub. If you have been there for 2 years, then you can bring in your T4s. Same goes for hourly wage workers. If you're guaranteed a minimum number of hours, let's say you're guaranteed 25 hours a week, you're guaranteed 40 hours a week, we can use your minimum guaranteed hours and hourly wage. And your job letter should state this. It'll tell us when you started the position, what your position is, and how much you earn per hour, and how many hours a week you are guaranteed. We can use that minimum number of hours and hourly wage to put into the qualifying details for your mortgage pre-approval. If you've been in this employment as well for over 2 years and you obtain overtime or a bonus structure as well, once again, we can use your 2-year average of your T4. So we can use that minimum income that you've earned along with the 2-year average of the bonuses and overtime that you used consecutively over the last 2 years of employment at that place of employment. However, if you've only been there for 1 year, we can use the straight income, but we cannot use any bonus or overtime for that income. If you're self-employed or business for self, commission-based professional, then you would need to bring in your T1 generals. Your T1 generals will break down your business income, the amount net income that you would earn for yourself, and the income that you're actually earning to the government. The T1 generals will give us a breakdown of the income versus expenses. So case by case, we would have to break down the T1 generals. So that would be required as well if you own any rental properties. If you own any rental properties, we will also require your T1 generals. Your T1 generals will give us the information that we need as well for the rental property and the rental income that you're claiming. Now, there are different types of mortgages out there. There's alternative mortgage lending solutions. There's your regular lending like banks and mortgage companies. So there's always a solution depending on your down payment of your property. We can vary in interest rates, and depending on what your job status is, your pre-approval could be different and the documents required could change somewhat. Depending on what lender we're going to go with, or because not everything always fits inside the box. And that's why you kind of work with a mortgage agent in the first place. We're not like your primary lending institution where you do your day-to-day banking and we're going to tell you this is the box and you need to fit into it. So there are all kinds of other criteria outside of those parameters that we can try to place you in, and we don't try to leave any stones unturned so that we ensure you a mortgage pre-approval. Another form of income that's actually used still with some of our lenders is child tax credit, child support, alimony. So don't forget that there are avenues available. If you are receiving child tax credit, child support, or alimony, we are able to utilize this income as part of your pre-approval and approval process. I understand that the streamlined banks do not allow you to use this income or all of it, but we certainly can. So I just wanted to reach out today to it's always a question, what should I bring in when I come in for an appointment? What will I need? And just if your business for self, ensure that you have your T1 generals with you. If you're salary, that's pretty straightforward. If you're hourly, if you've earn bonuses or overtime, we can utilize that income. But just remember that there sometimes could be other avenues over and around your circumstance where we can shop further for a mortgage for you and think outside of the box. So if you have any questions, we're always here to help you answer them, and we look forward to getting your next pre-approval done. So have yourselves a wonderful week. Remember to check out this video on all of our social media sites, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. Share them with your friends. Reach out to us. If you've got a question that you'd like answered, send it along, and we would love to answer your question on our next Q&A. Have yourself a fantastic week.